Yeah, it's talking about this coming from different languages. So the different languages have their own structure, so, and own types of styles of usage. So when we are coming to this Sanskrit language, so keep pay attention to those things like lingas, the different lingas, how they are used, the words, how they are used, sentences structure, and it will take some time, as the more we practice, better we get at it. If non-Indian languages, when they come to this, for them I have seen the vocabulary is difficult and challenging. It takes time to know more and more words, but they could grasp the lingas and vachanas easily, because for them everything is new. New in the sense compared to, let's say, those who are coming from the Indian language background, like myself also. So the vocabulary is easy for us. Like many of these words they are already there in the other Indian languages. But the grammar, the lingas used for certain words could be different there. So there it takes time for us to unlearn that and then adapt to this usage here. So keep that in mind, and so main thing is consciously we need to do some effort in adjusting to this language. So
actually, I have one question. Is there any trick to kind of, besides memorizing the vibhakti tables?
Vibhakti, man? Vibhakti?
Yes.
Any trick means any trick, you mean?
Any trick, because there are a lot of words like ending with a, e, u, and then you have to think about 3 different dimensions: the ekavachanam, dvivachanam, bahuvachanam, and also you need to think about the age of these dimensions. So it becomes a little overwhelming at times. So is there any trick, easy way to remember?
Yeah. True, that's true. So for me, when I started, and over a period of time, so it's a multi-pronged approach, right? Like one is understand towards the language itself, not only just the bhakti tables, the language itself. One is understanding the grammar. Keep studying the grammar, because that is the basis of the framework, right? Using it correctly. Now, grammar involves the bhakti tables, and then comes the bhakti table means the linga, vachana, right? Those things, and then the sandhi and the samasas and those things. So the kriyapada and all those stuff. So that is a long journey, but yeah, one can progress in that direction step by step. And the other thing is to just keep the other approach, second approach, at the same time, not the alternate approach. It's a complementary, right? So the one other thing is to keep studying or reading any of the books that is of interest to you in any subject in Sanskritam, and also keep studying, keep reading. Like it could be any simple. There are many story books available. So that is one thing. And secondly, if you are interested in Ramayana, Mahabharatam, and other books like that, and there are other. Those are poet means they are in the form of shlokas. But they're very easy to understand. Now some of the so let me go back, take a step back. Then there are other books like both ancient books also, modern books also, which are like essay books. Compositions are there in the prose format, so those can be read. So I think I have some link here, at least one here. Here, you see here. If we can increase this. Book by Ranganatha Sharma. Okay. So this one you can download. So old book, but very simple prose compositions are there, lessons are there, very easy to read. You can try this. This is one approach. Then the other one is speaking. Like speaking, if you have got any group or any online group or local group there, you can try to get together and practice speaking. Now, that's also good. And self-study also. Self-study in the sense, these are other self-studies are there. But speaking is good. But that has in my opinion, we need to be careful about it, because it depends on the company, right? What kind of company you get in speaking. If we get like, it's like having any other company. Like if it's a bad company, it's a bad habit we develop, and it's difficult to let go of those habits once we start getting it in the initial stage. So that has a background, in the sense why I'm saying that there's a huge impetus on speaking nowadays, which is great. However, what is being sidelined or ignored is that there are different schools of thought here. One is the Sanskrit language, what it is, the language itself, what it is, and why are we trying to speak Sanskrit. So, just by learning some of these words, like what we are learning here, like all these atra, tatra, atra, and we are going to learn further also. Using these words, we can form the sentences. Yes, that is definitely possible. And then use them in our day-to-day conversation. Like maybe you can, with your friends or family, you can replace your other language what you're using with Sanskrit. That's possible using this, what we study in this course. However, is that enough? We need to think deeply about it. So what happens many times is that just using these words, we get the words, but it's also important to get the essence of the language, the nature of the language, which many times, at least after this first step, it gets missed. So we get familiar with the forms of the words, we get familiar with the vocabulary, many of it, and then we suddenly start forming the sentences. Yes, we are all enthusiastic about using the Sanskritam and start forming the words, but what happens is, because we are used to the other languages, because our native languages are different. Suppose I'm an English person from England. So I'm used to that forming the sentences in a certain way. If I'm from certain part of India, I'm used to that forming the sentences certain way, and there are phrases are there like each language has its own idiosyncrasy, like its own style. It has its own phrases. For example, when we say in English, somebody is under the water, what does it mean? And somebody is very hot, what does that mean? Something is very cool, what does that mean? So these are certain ways how these are languages of different languages are used. Now, using this by becoming familiar with some few Sanskrit words and by bhakti, etc., then our tendency becomes, what happens is to translate, use these words to fit in that usage in those specific languages. We will try to say it is cool and use the Sanskrit to say it is cool. So translate word to word. So that is a pitfall, in my opinion. So that is not Sanskritam. We are not speaking Sanskritam there. We are speaking the other language using Sanskrit words. That is not Sanskrit language. So it is a step-by-step journey. But one if he is serious really about Sanskrit as a language, if he has any respect about the language, so one needs to be mindful about this as one progresses. But I don't care. I'm just going to use these words and form my own sentence, whatever I want. So that's a different thing. So the trick about your talking with bhakti, reading and is one thing, and secondly, if we really look at the these words, these look like there are so many words are there. How are we going to remember all this? Yes, people used to memorize, which is okay, but if we actually look at each of these vibhakti tables, we start finding certain patterns. So if we pay attention to those patterns, most of the times, 90% of the times, it will be easy for us. We don't have to remember each and every form of every word. And what are these patterns? We can look at it. And actually, I have another video posting I have done with these patterns only. So it will be easy to identify. I can send you the link later. But I also don't know. I also don't remember all the patterns. It's difficult. Practically it's difficult. And some 5, 7, 8% of the times it could be wrong. That's fine. And when we actually use it, because we know the pattern. Like for example, Hari Pati or Pati Sakhi, they look same. Both are ending in E, and the vibhakti tables somewhere there's a slight difference. If you can remember when you're using it, it's fine. Only certain, all the vibhaktis are not different. All the forms are not different. Only certain forms are here and there they are different. But mostly 90%, 95% it is same. And 5% where it differs, that is rarely we use such forms. So it's fine. So even if you go wrong here and there, mainly thing is while reading, speaking where we use Sanskrit actually in the day-to-day speaking is very less. Why we use Sanskrit at least for now is to understand what is written. And when we come across these words, obviously we are going to understand if we know the pattern. Question.
So for our class, we are focusing on Parama Vibhakti first?
No. In this course, we are going to go through all the vibhaktis of certain words only, not all the words. All the vibhaktis, all the 8 vibhaktis, but only in Prathama and, Ekavachanam and Bahuvachanam. Now, Dvivachanam is out of scope, but if you are interested, the tables are in front of you and you can understand how it is used, because it's important part. The Dvivachanam is the specialty of Sanskritam. But at the first step, just to avoid the confusion that Dvivachana is avoided, is not covered. But if somebody is interested, you are most welcome to practice it, ask the questions, and study them, use it. And how we are avoiding Dvivachanam, there is also a trick that we are going to see shortly in the course. Yeah, Dvivachanam is good to, we need it in Sanskritam, but there is a way to, there is a workaround for that if you don't want to use it.
Dhanyavada.
So this is, I think, fine. Prakasha, so that's fine. So the one thing, any other question by anyone? Pune?
You actually placed the cursor on the body parts, which I'm going to ask next, but thank you for that.
No question? Yeah, Raghumoday, what is the question?
Is it okay? I don't know if you have time, but is it okay to just go one by one, like just as a practice?
Yeah, so that's it. And the last time I missed this part, and I think this is, we don't have to, if you want to go through this, go to the, but yeah, you can see this picture, they're all point. They are there. So, yeah, what you want to go, yeah, you can go, yeah. You want to read? Who wants to read? One by one. Left side. Let's go carry the left side first. Yeah. Shubha Shri Bhagini. Raghumoday, what is your idea here? You just want to go through the list? What is the, or is there any question?
I want to go through the list so I'm getting the right pronunciation and actually write the right word.
Okay. Yeah. Shubha Shri Bhagini.
I can go on the left side.
Okay, you can go. Yeah.
Kakshaha. Is that left side of the chest?
Oh, left side of the person. Yeah, Kaksha is the not the left side of the chest. It is the armpit.
Armpit. Okay. Okay. Next, Pranganaha.
Praganda.
Praganda.
No. Pragandaha.
Pragandaha. So that is shoulder.
It is the upper arm, upper part of the arm. There are two above the elbow.
Kurparaha.
Elbow.
That's elbow. Okay. Parshvaha.
Side.
Obliques. Prakoshtaha. That's forearm.
Yeah. Below the elbow.
Okay. Panihi. Karaha. That's straight. That's easy. Palm. Right?
Palm or hand. So note here that Panihi Karaha Lingam is clear because that's like Balaka, that's a Pullinga. Panihi is also Pullinga because there is no, I have not indicated any specific like a Tatta, Sa, etc. So Panihi is also Pullinga here. So like Panihi, what are the other words we have seen last week in Pullinga ending in E and Visarga?
Patihi.
And in the last week we saw it in that. Nilabha, can you remember the ending in E? Anyone?
Harihi.
Harihi. Harihi, Kavihi.
Kavihi.
Okay. Right side. Yeah.
One question. So when we are naming these names, so do they have to be in this Pratama Vibhakti always, or name of things?
Yes, because that is like Pratama Vibhakti has to be used when we are using it as a subject or just the object, right? Just to refer to the object. All these are Pratama Vibhakti. Yes.
Okay.
Jatru is a collarbone.
Yes, Jatru, collarbone. What is the lingam?
Pulling.
Not pulling, because I indicated there tat there. Tat is in the parenthesis. Napumsakalingam. So there is no visarga, remember that.
Okay. Skandaha. Shoulders.
Yeah.
Uraha. That's chest. Udaram. That's stomach. Nabhi. Belly button. Katihi. Is below belly button area?
Waist.
Waist. Okay.
Okay.
Uruhu.
Sakthi.
Okay. That's upper quads.
Thigh. Upper thigh.
Upper thigh. Uruhu.
Uru is thigh.
So what is Sakti?
Sakti is upper thigh, like below the waist but above the thigh.
Okay. Janu. That's kneecap. Knees.
Yeah, just knee.
Okay. Jangha. That's calves.
Yeah, I don't know what is it called in English. Yeah, but that part, the lower leg.
It's called calf. Padaha. Feet.
Pada, foot. Okay. Yeah. Then on this side.
That's the base of the spine, or sorry, upper part of the spine.
Yeah, it is actually back of the neck.
Back of the neck. Okay. Prishtham. That's the back.
Yeah.
And Jangha.
Jangha is already there.
Yeah. Prapadam. What is Prapadam?
Prapadam is that, whatever that, the part which is shown, what is it called? 4 feet, 4 foot? That front foot. Yeah. The area below, part below the ankle and before the toes.
And Ghutika.
Ghutika is ankle. Is ankle? I don't know what is it. That. Yeah. Parshni is the back part, back side. Foot.
Okay. Thank you. Is it okay? Can we go over the page real quick? Keshaha. lalatam, kurcham. Is that the space between the eyebrows?
Yeah.
Ruhu, that's eyebrow. Is there another word, brukuti, for eyebrows? Or
yeah, brukuti is also there.
kaninika, pupil. Netram, kapolaha, cheeks, cheek,
cheek.
shamatru,
Shmashru.
shamashru.
Shmashru.
What is shamashru?
Shamana. Shma.
Shmashru. Shmashru.
Shmashru. Tat shmashru. Shmashru is facial hair.
Facial hair. Griva.
Neck.
Neck. Chibukaha. Chin. Kanthaha. Aushtaha. Hanuhu. What is Hanuhu? Hanuhu.
Hanu is jaw.
Jaw. Nasika. Karnaha. Mastakam. Mukham.
So, okay, good. So, anyone else has any questions on anything other than this? We move forward.
Sure. Dhanyawad.
This one starts coming around. Click here. Bhavachanam purlingam nama padani. We saw that. Eshah kaha, eshah balakaha. So, Vijanti Bhagini, what is the Parvataha? What is the Bhavachanam for Parvataha?
Parvataha, sir?
Parvataha.
Parvataha.
So, ete Parvataha. So, you can use that. Eshaha Parvataha, ete Parvataha.
Okay, ete Parvataha. When I say Parvata, so there's a dirgha there, so the visarga also must be sound as though it's dirgha sound. Is it Parvataha?
Yes.
Yeah?
Parvataha. So, see, that is why it's called Visarjaniya, means release. So, release the whatever is the previous swara, so that is continued with that release of breath. Then Ashwaha, Gajaha, Gajaha. Then what else we have?
Acharya, one question. So are we saying ha for convenience? Otherwise, I'm confused between whether to say ha or not sounding ha but expel the air. Expel the air.
Yeah, that we saw that last time. This ha has a nada vibration in it, and whereas visarga has no vibration, it's just the breath. Ha has both nada and breath, whereas visarga is breath minus nada. Simha ha. This one is difficult to say, but simha ha. Simha ha. Simha. Purusha. Vyagha. Parvata. Ruksha. If you are speaking to yourself, you can say it better. Ruksha. Then here we are talking about this Bahuvachanam Pullingam Anya Padani. So we look at some of them which you may or may not be interested at this point, but it's better to look at them anyway. So, because these are also commonly used. It is not like we are just using this, all the Pullingas are ending in O only. But these are also very common, like Hari, Kavi. What else we saw last time? Thought of any examples ending in E? I have a book here, so I'm going to open. Rishi, Muni, Atithi, Ravi, Agni. So these are all ending in Yati, Sarathi. In fact, they are all like Kavi. So, Eshaha Kavi.
When this Kavi, it ends with E, Dirgha short, short E. So then the plural form, Kavayaha, right? So Ya, and then there's Guru and Vaha, then for E is Vayaha. Is there any indication why Ya and Va must use from like Maheshwara Sutra or something like that? Like Pita, we have Pitaraha, not Pita Vaha or Pita Yaha.
Yeah.
So is there a reference?
Yeah. And so one thing, let's look at the one thing. The first we need to understand the base word, right? Which kind of we look at here. Let's say. So what we see here, these are the base words, right? Base words. So if I open this word, where you see here, Akaranta Pullinga, Rama Shabda. So the base word doesn't have any visarga or anything here in this case. So the base word is just Rama, and in Prathama we are using Vibhakti, Ekavachana we are using Rama. So this part is clear, right? Isn't it?
Yes.
Rama. Now here Bahuvachanam is Rama. Now coming to the other word, let's say the base word is not, it doesn't have visarga, so you get to Hari, which is like Kavi, and it's on the same page here. So Hari, in the Prathama it becomes Harihi, Bahuvachana becomes Harayaha. Now what is the indication? Now the one indication you can take, or what is the logic here? Let's say. So if you look at the Varnamala, right? The swaras and swaras mainly, because these are ending in, this is ending in E. One is swara, right? Ending in E, short E. The Varnamala. Remember, if we spoke about, let me take you back to the Varnamala here. Varnamala here, A, E, O. So now we talked about this. Where is so here E is here, right? E.
Yeah, correct.
What is the sthanam of E? Uchcharana sthanam in the mouth. There are different.
Was it Talu?
No, Talu. Talu. O Adi are Kantha, E Talu, O Oshtha. These are Murdhanya. U Danta, and AI is a combination of Kantha Talu, and O combination of Kantha and Oshtha, because O is O. What is the O? What is O? O is a combination of O and O. So Kantha, Oshtha. O is combination of A and O. So Kantha, Oshtha again. A is similarly combination of E. So it is Kantha, Talu. So similarly, if you come to Vyanjanam, so the Kaka, what is the sthanam first line? First. Kanta. Second line? Chachajaya.
Talu.
Talu. Tathadadhana.
Murdha.
Murdha. And Tathadadhana.
Danta.
Danta.
Bhama.
Oshta.
Oshta. Now, here all what about here?
Kanta.
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 Kanta and Talu.
Talu. Talu.
Talu.
So, now, see, so in the swara, what is the talu?
E.
E, right? So, E and E are related. They're related. And they're similar at least. One is coming under Vyanjana, but one is swara. But sthanam, they are similar. So, they are related. E, so that is the basis here also. Kavi, Kavayaha. Kavi, Kavayaha. And then, E changing to Ya. And then, what is the other one? Next one was? Guru. Atra. Guru, U is there, changing to Va. So if you look at this, what is U? Sthanam?
Oshta.
Oshta. And Va?
Oshta.
Oshta.
Yeah, some say the Dantoshta, that's fine. But anyway, it has a Oshta component. So that is also related. So here it's changing to Va there, Guravaha. So U. So not only this is a very good observation. So not only here, in most of the places, this is the way it was going to change. Wherever the E is there, so in its a different form, it changes to Ya. And where U is there in its different form, like the Bhavachana and other forms are also there in word forms, which relate derivation of those words. So it changes to Va. Okay. Then now looking at Pita, what happened to Pita? We'll see what happened to Pita.
Danta.
Huh? No, yeah. So you need to look at the base word here. What is the base word here? Pitru. Pitru. It is not Pita. Base word is not Pita.
Okay.
So here, Pita is the Prathama Vyakti Ekvachanam, not the base word. Pitru. Ru is what? What is the sthanam? Murdha. Ru. And Vyanjanam, Ra is also Murdha. So, Ru here changing to Ra. The base word Ru. In the base word changing to Ra. So you see these derivations in everywhere, like. Okay.
Okay, understood, sir. Okay, thank you. Dhanyavada.
Okay. So we come here, Resha Kareti Vida Timajara. Guru Karesh Muni Munayaha Agni Agnayaha Vanyuvannayaha Sarati Jaladhi Sadhu Sadhavaha. Strilinga also we saw that. Saka Tapipilika Etaka. Any other Strilinga you remember? Akaranta. Lata.
Rama.
What is the meaning of Lata?
Lata is twig. Creeper.
Creeper. So in the Bhavachanam becomes Lata.
Lata.
Lata. And then Vidya is there, and then the Shala.
शालाः
एषा शाला बहुवचने
एषाः शालाः एताः शालाः
एताः शालाः Similarly, kanya, sa kanya, बहुवचने किं भवति?
ताः कन्याः
ताः kanya. Then, so if somebody doesn't know these meanings, please feel free to ask what is kanya. If you don't know it, if you know it, fine.
So, sir, what is kanya?
Now, what is kanya?
Young lady.
Young lady. Then dirgha ikaranta also we have seen. Here lekhani, lekhanyah. Similarly, here many other dirgha ikaranta words. When we say dirgha ikaranta word, we are not referring to its prathama vibhakti form. This is the prathama vibhakti form, right? Sa lekhani. What is the vibhakti here? Prathama vibhakti. But when I say dirgha ikaranta padam, we are not referring to this prathama vibhakti. We are referring to the base word, which is called pratipadikam. So, if you look at this again, here the nadi, this is the base word. Dirgha I is the base for this nadi. Though in the prathama vibhakti, if you look at prathama vibhakti, its table, its base form and the prathama vibhakti form are the same. Many times this happens. But if you look at this other word like pitru, prathama vibhakti is different. Right? And here also base word is, it doesn't have visarga, but in prathama vibhakti ekvachanam it has a visarga. Right? So similarly, Rama also, it has a prathama vibhakti ekvachana has a visarga. So this is changing. So but when we say what is the base word, akaranta Rama Shabda, akaranta pullinga Rama Shabda. This is how we refer to the base word. We refer to the what letter it is ending and what is the lingam. Akaranta pullinga Rama Shabda. This is traditionally how it is referred to, and it gets a different forms based on the bhakti. Now, when you are referring to Strilinga here, Nadi, some Strilinga words also might differ, but in this case, base word and prathama vibhakti ekvachana, they have the same form. Dirgha ikaranta Strilinga, Nadi Shabdaha. Prathama vibhakti form is, ekvachana form is also Nadi eva. Eva means only, Nadi only. And similarly, if you go to Rama or Lata, which is Akaranta Strilinga Shabdaha, Rama. Prathama vibhakti, same, Rama. So base word and prathama vibhakti ekvachana look same. Yeah. So somewhat.
Excuse me, sir. Which book we can buy for these things in physically? Like I have only one book, Sanskrit Bodhi.
Sanskrit Bodhini doesn't have all these forms. If you want to buy the form, it is also online. But if you want to, our online is here, and the book, if one here. There is one downloadable PDF. If you are interested in the PDF, you go to Resources tab here, Resources tab, and there is a here Grammar Study Books to download the very first one, Shabda Manjari. So this is a PDF you can download. That is one. And if you want to buy a book, I would suggest a book called. There are many books. I suggest a book called Rupa Chandrika by Brahmananda Tripathi.
Okay. Which one?
Rupa Chandrika.
Rupa Chandrika?
Rupa Chandrika.
Like Amazon or? We
Sorry?
can buy Amazon?
Yeah, in India there are many, it should be available many websites you can search Rupa Chandrika.
Not in India. I mean I mean, US now.
Oh, yes, I think it is available on the Sanskrit Bharati website. They have a bookstore. So I think it's available there.
The writer's name is Rup Chandrika, or book's name is Rup Chandrika?
Book's name is Rup Chandrika. It's written by Brahmananda Tripathi. Brahmananda. Brahmananda Tripathi.
Thank you.
So, other option is you can download this Shabda Manjari until you get the printed one. Where are we? Yeah. So Raghumoda, the one I was talking about, the Vibhakti, recognizing identifying the Vibhakti patterns. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that I said I posted a video on that, so you can see it here. Similarities in Vibhakti forms.
Oh, okay.
So that should give you the idea. So to ease the tension. Okay. Where are we? Nadi. It's like Nadi. What else we have? Sundari, for example. Sundari. So, Sa Sundari. Bahuvachane kim bhavati?
Saha Sundaryaha. Sundaryaha.
Sundaryaha. Sundaryaha. And then other one is Putri. Yeah, Pune. What is the Bahuvachanam?
Putriyaha.
Putriyaha. Samyak. Samyak means correct. Yeah.
What is the meaning?
Putri?
Yes.
Putri is a daughter.
Daughter. Okay.
Sir, sorry, can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Yeah. How would you say the plural of my name?
Plural of?
Subhashri, plural would be?
Is there any other question somebody was trying to ask?
Yeah, sir. Just now you said Putri, right? Does that also denote princess?
Princess? No. Daughter.
No, because in Malaysia, a lot of words are taken up from Sanskrit as well. So here they use Putra and Putris for like prince and princess. So I was wondering if it also denotes the same name, no?
No, I have not seen like that here. Yeah. Yes. Putra is son, Putri, daughter.
Okay. Here the royal people use Putra and Putri for prince and princess. Okay.
Bhumi Putra.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for Shri, yeah. So now for Shri, if you look at this, where is it here? Grammar. Shri is also Dirgha E, like here Shri. But it is separately listed here because there are slight differences in the Vibhakti forms. If you look at the Ekavachanam, compare that to Nadi. Where is Nadi? Here Nadi. Prathama Ekavachanam, base word is what? Dirgha E only. Nadi and Dirgha Shri, right? E only. But Prathama Ekavachanam becomes, for Shri what becomes? What is here? What is it here? Prathama Ekavachanam.
Shrihi.
Shrihi. There is Visarga here. If you look at Nadi, there is no Visarga.
Yeah.
That is one difference. And Bahuvachanam is Nadyah here. What is the Bahuvachanam for Sri?
Oh, Shriyaha.
Shriya.
Oh.
Shriya. So, Shubha Shriya.
Oh, thank you.
Just here, because Lakshmi is very commonly used, at least in the Indian context, just if you want to use Lakshmi, there is a Visarga here. So, base word is same, E, Dirgha E, Lakshmi, but in Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam it is Lakshmi. So, in Nadi it is just Nadi, no Visarga, but Lakshmi has a Visarga. So, Lakshmi, if you want to use Lakshmi, use Lakshmi, Shri. Okay, so
thank you.
We are past this one. Right, so I hope you all did this one. Abhyasa, practice. Then Strilinga Anyapadani. Yeah, so these are the, just like we have in the Pullinga side, we have Kavi, like Rasva or short E is Kavi, Rasva. I'm using Rasva for short. Right? Rasva. Rasva means literally short, like anybody, any person who is short, we can call them Rasva. Rasva Purushaha is short. So Rasva Swaraha. Rasva Swara is on the Pullinga side, we have Kavi, the base word is Kavi, right? So similarly in the Strilinga side, we have Yuvati, for example. Yuvati again, young lady, Yuvati. So here, Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam looks like Pullinga Ekavachanam. There is no difference. Pullinga Ekavachanam we had Kavi, and in the Strilinga Ekavachanam also we have Yuvatihi. But other, if you look at the Vibhakti table, others could be a little bit different here and there, but mostly they are same. Similarly, okay, so other examples for Rasvaikaranta E, Strilinga Shabda, Pullinga, like Pullinga E, Kavi, like Kavi, what are the other words we just now had some examples? What are the other words like Kavi? Hari was one, and
Muni.
Muni, Rushi, Atithi, like Yati. Then on the Strilinga we have Yuvati, and similarly, like Yuvati, the Haraswa Ikaranta Strilinga Shabda, we have many. Like, for example, Ruchi means taste. Ruchi. Then the Prathama Vibhakti becomes what? What is the Prathama Vibhakti? Ruchi. And Bahuvachanam becomes Yuvatayaha. Ruchayaha. Kavayaha, Ruchayaha. Yuvatihi, Yuvatayaha. Same, no difference. And other examples in the Strilinga, the Harasva E, what we have. Any examples, Sujata Bhagini? Strilinga E, Harasva E. Bhumi. No, Bhumi. Now, the other than Bhumi, now here is the good thing. That most of this...
Dharati. Dhruti.
Now, most of the... what do you call this? Bhavavachaka, what is the... which indicates some character or property, no, not property, concept. Like say, for example, Smriti. What is Smriti?
Remembrance?
Memory. Smriti. So these smriti and bhakti. Yeah, somebody can keep English meanings for this. Keep saying that. Bhakti means
Devotion.
Devotion. You see, these could be somebody's name also, but these are used in the mostly as a concept, like bhakti is a devotion, smriti, memory, and then
Shakti.
Shakti. What is Shakti? Strength or ability. Then stuti.
Janani.
Stuti is praising. And then Shanti. Shanti is, what is Shanti?
Peace.
Peace. Yeah, calmness, peace. Then Gati. Motion. So, but you get the idea, like this. These words, which are referring to not a particular object, but they are abstract concepts like smriti, memory, bhakti, devotion, shakti, ability, stuti, praising, shanti, or the calmness, and then gati, motion. So these are ending in ti. Remember, notice this ti, and these are all strilinga.
Could we consider those as feelings or qualities?
Quality. Yeah. These are strilinga. They are not. I don't know this quality, but this is a thing actually. But they are not physical. They are abstract. Right? Shakti, bhakti, devotion. Yeah, somebody has a devotion. It's a quality of that person. You can call it, but yeah, the devotion resides in that person. Somebody, it says somebody, but you can't see it. So, but these are all ending in ti, and most of these words are which end in like this ti and referring to these abstract things. These are all strilinga. So this is one of the easy things. Like somebody I was asking last time, is there any trick or method to know the lingam? Yes, like this, for example. So all these ending in ti. Niti, for example. What is niti?
Truth.
Policy.
Niti is like a strategy.
Oh.
Like a Chanakya niti, Raja niti, nitis. Then we have mukti.
Liberation.
So these are srishti, for example. Srishti, that is a T at the end, but that the T itself is changing to T here. Srishti means creation. So these are all T ending in. These are all, easily we can say that these are strilinga. Mati, another one mati. Intellect. Kanti. Shruti. Okay. Then even the other ones like buddhi. You don't see this T here, T or T, but there is a T embedded in this, which is changing to dha, buddhi. Right? Change with dha, buddhi, siddhi. These are also strilinga. Buddhi, siddhi, and they all form the same like yuvati. So if it is mati, what is the ekavachana form for mati?
Matihi.
Bahuvachanam?
Matayah.
Matayah. Same thing, example, Smriti, Ekavachanam.
Smritihi.
Bahuvachanam.
Smrutayaha.
Smrutayaha. Same thing we have like Prakriti. Prakriti.
Prakritihi.
Prakritihi. Bahuvachanam.
Prakritayah.
Prakritayah. Or even Kriti also, just Kriti also Strilinga. Kriti, creation.
Kritihi.
Kritihi, Kritayah. Same thing. Rati. Rati means enjoyment. Ratihi, Ratayah, pleasure. Rati. Same thing. In all of this, like that. Now, next one is Dhenu. Dhenu, this is the base word is O. And it has a Prathama, Vibhakti, Ekvachana, it has a Visarga, Dhenu. And you can, again, if you are interested, refer to the full Vibhakti table here. Dhenu. Dhenuho, Bahuvachanam, Dhenavaha. Divachanam is also there. Dhenu, Dhenuho, Dhenu, Dhenavaha. So, if you are interested in Kantasthikana, what is it called in English? I forgot. Remembering. Memorizing by heart. So if you want to do that, you can. So basically, we don't need to. We don't need to do all of them. So really representative. Like for example, Rama is the starting one. Like Rama and Hari. With Pati Sakhi, most of them they don't do this memorization. Like Guru is the next one. Pitru is the next one. Like these are the simple like representative, and these other things Pati Sakhi have some and Dhatru, these are small variations. And even if you don't memorize Go, that's fine, because Gahu, Gahu, Gahu. So once you identify how the pattern is, then even the Go also you will be able to guess at least. Sometimes it may be wrong, but you will get that. And similarly here also, Rama, Mati, Nadi, so these are very similar, though they are somewhere they differ, and even Hari, Mati, these becomes very similar. So Rama is one thing for memorization, then Dhenu is the next one, Nadi is the next one. So and others, Matru goes very similar to Pitru, Swasru goes very similar. So everything doesn't need to be memorized. Phala is very similar to Rama. Then coming to this, words ending in the Vyanjanam, base word ending in Vyanjanam. The first part is base words ending in Swara, but here base words ending in Vyanjanam also, these are much easier actually compared to the words ending in Swara. So here if you remember one thing, everything becomes very easy. Anyone, you pick anyone. Some of them are a little bit different, but you take anyone like one each. So other ones will be easily able to remember without actual memorization. Okay, so Dhenu who becomes Dhenavaha, like Guru who becomes Guravaha here also. Now other examples with where Strilinga we have Pratipadikam or the base word ending in who would be any word we have, like we have Tanu. Tanu means body, Sharira. Tanuhu, Shariram. Tanuhu, Bahuvachana becomes Tanu, Tanava, Tanavaha. And we have Rajju.
Rajvaha.
Ekavachanam becomes
Rajvu.
Rajjuhu.
Rajju.
Rajjavaha. So Rajju means
Rope.
rope. And in the just now in the body parts we saw Hanu. Hanu. What is the meaning of Hanu?
Jaw.
Jaw. Jaw. So Hanuho, Hanavaha. Then we have Ishu. Ishu means arrow. Ishuhu. Ishu becomes Ishavaha. So there are some then Mata, Mataraha. This is similar to Pita, Pitaraha. And here we have some exercises which we already studied, like Chanchu is also there in the Srilinga. Chanchu, Chanchavaha. Napumsakalinga Padani. So coming to neuter words, Napumsakalinga Padani. What are the examples here? Yeah, Rita Bhagini, can you read this? Etat. Asti kim Bhagini? Nasti. Okay. You want to read? Tagmode.
Etat kim? Etat gruham. Etani kani, etani gruhani. Tat kim, tat phalam. Tani kani, tani phalani.
So, etat kim, this we already know, right? This is the ekavachana form. Etat kim, what is this? Etat gruham. No. Changing that to apostolic bhavachanam. Etat becomes etani, tat becomes tani, kim becomes kani, graham, grahani, phalam, phalani. So there is not much confusion here. So same thing you can refer to this here also. This one, phala. Phala becomes phalani. The other words, Napumsakalinga words ending in A, Akaranta, Napumsakalinga Shabda, which are the examples? You should be knowing many by now, right? Like Phala or Graha. What are the other words? Graham, Phalam, Napumsakalinga Padani.
Pustakam, Netram.
Pustakam, Netram.
Jalam.
Jalam. So Jalam Bhavachanam becomes
Jalani.
Jalani. Pustakam.
Pustakani.
Other one is Netram.
Netrani.
Netrani, like Gruhani.
Na. Gruhani.
Gruhani. So just to know that there is a rule, that's why I have to change. I think I pointed, last time I pointed you to that link, right, where you can see where the na changes to na, like here. Nat tam tatanus change of na, change to na and use of anaswara. So you can read, or in the Sanskrit Bodhini book also in the appendix it is already there. So ru or ra, one of them, if it is in the word, then sometimes na changes, to na. And what is the when and when not, then you can read through that notes. But just by looking at this words, practicing, you can understand. Netrani, then Jalani, Netrani, Pustakani, and then what are the other one?
Pushpam, Pushpani.
Pushpani. There is a no ra there, there is a sha there. Push. That's why it's changing, not changing tone of Pushpani. Pushpani. And then Parna. Parnam. Patram. Patrani. Parnam.
Parnani.
Varnani.
Parnani. Parnani. Okay. So, other examples of vana. Vanam. Vanani.
Vanani.
Jnanam. Jnanam, knowledge. Jnanam.
Gnanani.
Jnanani. Shakatam. Cart.
Shakatani.
Vimanam.
Vimanani.
Manani.
So that's all easy, I think. Yeah, I think we can just take a quick look at this Shashti Bhakti 6th case. So those are the Prathama Bhakti we saw. Pullinga, Ekavachanam, Bhavachanam, Strilinga, Ekavachanam, Bhavachanam, Napumsaklinga, Ekavachanam, Bhavachanam. Shashti Bhakti, 6th case ending. So now Shashti Bhakti, why we are not going in the order of Vibhakti, like Ekavachana, Dvivachana, Bhavachana, right? Like that you can also go. That is also one way. But this is another approach that Shashti Bhakti we are taking up first in the study here. Right? If you look at Shashti is here, 6th one. We are not going in order. This is one way. Thinking that Shashti Bhakti is commonly used, right? Usage is very helpful. So Shashti indicates sambandha or relationship between two nouns. So which are they? For example here, Saha, okay, somebody can read this. You want to do Vijayanti? Read it.
Yeah. Saha balakaha tat pustakam, so becomes balakasya pustakam.
So on the left side you see Saha balaka tat pustakam, both are Prathama Vibhakti Ekvachanam. Right? Saha balaka, we already studied this. So balaka is one namapadam, noun. Pustakam is another namapadam. Now this pustakam belongs to balaka. It's in English it is called, I think, possessive case, I think. Because pustakam belongs, it's a possession of balaka. In that case, who has the possession of that? It belongs to balaka. So balaka gets the Shashti Bhakti, boy's book. It's in that case balakasya pustakam. So use the Shashti Bhakti form, which is here. You know that. If you look at Rama Shabda, like you see Ramasya, for example. Shashti is Ramasya. So Shashti Bhakti is used where there is an indicate to indicate where there is a relationship between two nouns. What is that relationship? Belonging. That is a relationship. So other example here. Next one. Vijayanti.
Saha Ashokaha sa nauka. Ashokasya nauka.
So what does this mean? This is Ashoka and this is Sa nauka. And note that Sa is Strilinga. Nauka is Strilinga, so we are using Sa. Saha Ashoka, Sa nauka. Then nauka belongs to Ashoka. So Ashokasya nauka. So we are bringing Ashokasya Shashti Bhakti of that Namapada. So depending on what type of namapada, the form could be different. For example, if it is kavi, it could be it won't be kavyasya. It will be different, right? Similarly, if it is pita, it will be different. So all the words whose base word is like this, balaka, rama, ashoka, ruksha, so they have the same format, like balakasya, ashokasya, and ruksha becomes shashti vibhakti, ruksha, rukshasya. So if you look at this here, okay, we can finish this. Vijanti again.
Okay. Saha vrikshaha tat phalam. So it becomes vrikshasya phalam. Then saha gajaha, saha dantaha. So it becomes gajasya dantaha. Then we have saha purushaha tat upanetram. It becomes purushasya upanetram.
Yeah. So Pune, any question of any meaning?
No, sir. Thank you.
Dantaha. Truth. Okay, next, last one.
Saha maheshaha tat shirastram. Is it correct?
Yes.
Shirastram. So maheshasya shirastram.
Yeah. So we are applying Shashti Vibhakti to the Pullinga words here. So the other Namapadam could be in any other lingam. So that doesn't matter, right? So that will stay as it is. For example, here Nauka is in Strilingam, Pustakam, Napunskalingam, Phalam, Napunskalingam, Danta, Pullinga. So that is not changing. So only we are applying the Shashti Vibhakti to the one which has the possession of that other Namapada, other word. Right? Purusha Tatupanetram, Purushasya Upanetram. Okay?
Acharya, eka prashna asti. In my mother tongue, there is a word called Shirastranam, which is helmet. So, is there like a different word for, is that word also exist in Sanskrit? And, is there a differentiation between a softer material like hat and a harder material like helmet?
Yeah, it is a Sanskrit word, Shirastranam. So there is no difference. In Sanskritam, here is the challenge, and it's, you can call it its beauty or its nature of the language, and the challenge to use that as a everyday language. So the thing is that Shirastram and Shirastranam, here it goes by etymology. So there is no difference. Shirastram, Shirastranam means, Shirastranam means what? Tranam. So maybe you have heard Padatranam. What is Padatranam?
Shoe.
Yeah, but why is it called Padatranam?
Which protects the...
So we know which protects what? Protects?
The feet.
Pada. Yeah. So Tranam is something which protects, right? It doesn't need to be hard or soft right there. Something which shoe, which protects that pada. Similarly, Shirastranam also, something which protects head. Though in practice in the other languages, in Indian language, Shirastranam is used for helmet now. So that idea of helmet, which is a hard material, has come into those languages. But because in that language there is no ready word for that language, so it is borrowed from the Sanskritam there, Shirastranam, which is Shirastram. You can use either way.
So in this case, the hat is referred as something that protects the head?
Yes, Shirastranam is something which protects the head. You can call it Shirastranam also. And there are many other words also for something which protects the head.
Dhanyavad.
I think we'll stop here with the Pullinga, because Strilinga we can see next week. बालकस्य पुस्तकं वृक्षस्य फलं सः वृक्षः. Yeah, but in case you are interested, I think I have listed that in the book further. But if you are interested, you can also look at the Shashti Bhakti of other Pullinga words like Hari. So what is it? Yeah. Here. Hari, Harehe. Kavi becomes
Kavehe.
Kavehe. What is the other one? Muni. Muni becomes Munehe. So if just like we said, Balakasya Pustakam, if a Pustaka belongs to Kavi, how do we say it?
Kavehe Pustakam.
Kavehe Pustakam.
Kavehe Pustakam. Right. Similarly, if a chair belongs to Muni, how are we going to say chair?
Asandaha. Muneha asandaha.
So, if I want to ask the question, whose, then I am going to ask Kasya. Kasya Pustakam.
Kasya asandaha.
Kasya asandaha. Munehe asandaha. Same thing with U also you can see, like Guru becomes. So somebody asked about how the U changes to Va there, Guru, Gurava. Here, note that in the E, Hari, we discussed that E changing to Ya here because the Uchcharana Samyam, the similarity in the Uchcharana, Talu. Now, in the Shashti, what is it becoming? Shashti, E changing to what? No, Visarga we can keep it aside, but otherwise?
Becomes A.
So what is the sthanam of A? Uchcharana sthanam?
Kantha, Talu.
Talu. So here also Talu is involved, see? Talu is involved, so that we can see the relation there. So Hari, E, Harehe. Similarly, you go to U, Guru, it is changing to O. So, Uchcharana sthanam of O, this is Oshtha. This is,
Ushta?
Kanthoshtha. O is Kanthoshtha. O is what is O? O is nothing but A plus O. A plus O. This is O, right? So this is Kantha, this is Oshtha. So O is Kanthoshtha. So here just O is just Oshtha. And then Guru O is Kanthoshtha. So there is a Oshtha involved there. So there is a relationship there. Guru Ho. So if I ask Kasya Granthaha.
Guroha Grandaha.
Guroho. Don't say Guroha. Guroho. Guroho. Guroho Granthaha. What other words we saw with U? Pullinga.
Shishuhu.
Shishuhu. Kasya Dugdham. Shishu. If he is Shishu there, Shashti of Shishu.
Joho. Dugdham.
Dugdham. So, when you are using the words, note those lingam. Dugdham is what lingam?
Napuskalinga.
Napuskalinga. Similarly, Kasya Prakashaha. Prakasha is
like
Bhanu. If you want to use Bhanu, Bhanoho. If you use want to use Ravi, Ravi Moda is gone. Okay. Ravi, Shashti Bhakti Ravi, like Kavi,
Ravehe.
Ravehe. And if you use Surya,
Suryasya.
Suryasya prakasha. Okay, so okay, I think I can stop here today. Okay. We'll continue next week. Okay. Dhanyavadaha. Namaskaraha.